Leaking pee, leaking urine after childbirth is not normal. Let's talk about it. So many of us as women, as mothers, are told, oh, that's just normal. That's just a result of having a baby. That's to be expected. It's fine. To me, answers like that feel disrespectful. They feel like a brush off. They feel like as if what's going on inside of our bodies just don't matter. Mamas, I don't care who has told you what. Leaking pee when you cough, laugh, jump, sneeze, exercise, lift, whatever it is not normal. Common? Yes. Normal? No. And just because something is common or it occurs often or in high percentages of that population, that doesn't mean that thing is normal or natural, right? Our bodies are not made to have babies and then just leak. Our bodies aren't made to have babies and just experience pain or prolapse. Yes, those issues, those conditions of the core and pelvic floor are common, but leaking pee, leaking urine, having wet pants after gym class, having to wear pads when you go to lift or squat or bend, that is not normal, mamas. And more importantly, it is not healthy. It is literally your body speaking to you, letting you know there is something wrong. And mamas, this could be a little dribble, when you sneeze, or this could be a full release of urine when you're exercising or trying to jump or play and run after your kids or grandkids. Either way, your body is communicating and telling you there is an issue of dysfunction within the system. And mamas, I've seen it over and over again. We're told, just deal with it, right? Feels like a brush off, feels rude. We feel what? Embarrassed, ashamed, hopeless, as if our bodies are broken and there's just nothing we can do but throw on a pad or just deal with it. Tell me if that resonates with you. Can you relate to that? I know that's how I felt. After giving birth 5 times, mamas, my body, my core, pelvic floor was wrecked. I mean wrecked, okay? And every doctor I saw, same thing. That's normal. You'll be fine. No big deal. Or the golden one I love, just do Kegels and everything will be perfect. Tell me, can you relate to that, mama? Let me know in the comment, does that resonate with you and what has your experience been? I want you to know, mamas, there is so much that you can do to address pelvic floor leaking, but you have to first even be aware and know that it is a problem. Now, problem doesn't mean there's nothing we can do to fix it. We can't address it. There's no solution. Not at all. It just means there's some things going on within the system, within the body that have to be addressed. And we can see improvements to our pelvic floor. We can see improvements in leaking, and we can even see huge change and improvements to our prolapse symptoms. But the first thing you have to do is become aware and stop the narrative that this is normal. It's not the way our bodies were made to function. Leaking pee, I don't care how small it is, mama, that's an issue. And it's oftentimes a sign that things are going to progressively get worse if we don't start making changes. Now, there's all kinds of reasons why mamas could be leaking urine, all kinds of reasons. I speak to and I come at it from a lens of exercise, of breathing, posture. I'm also a licensed massage therapist, so I've had a lot of hands-on time with people and their bodies. And this is where I'm advising you from. So no, I'm not a doctor, nurse, nothing like that, not a medical professional, and I don't claim to be. But mamas, I'm telling you, if those medical professionals are the ones telling you this is normal and just deal with it or wear pads or do Kegels or have surgery, all of that stuff is an option and you have to do what's best for you. I just want you to understand it ain't normal, okay? Bodies were made to get pregnant, give birth, have babies. And yes, it is labor. That's why it's called that. It's super hard work, and it can be really challenging on our body. But to just dismiss women's concerns and their leaking as, that's just normal, that's just part of being a mom, to me, that's disheartening. To me, it's disrespectful. And I feel like I'm being pushed to the side and not even cared for. Let me show you something. Here is a model pelvis, and you'll see as I turn it like flat so you can see this front view, this is your pelvic floor, right? The pelvic floor has a huge job to do. And during pregnancy and birthing and pushing, there can be so much pressure, there can be tearing. So many things can happen when we're talking about getting a human being person out through our pelvic floor. It has to be able to give, it has to be able to relax and open. So there's so many things that can contribute to your pelvic floor leaking, and so many things that could have gone kind of wrong, or that doesn't feel like the right word, but just, you know what I mean. A lot of stuff can contribute to issues of the pelvic floor. That does not mean at all that leaking pee is normal. You should not be leaking pee when you exercise. You should not be leaking pee when you run. You should not be leaking pee when you laugh, cough, sneeze, jump, play with your kids, do a squat, go from sitting to standing. If you are mamas, I want you to take two things away from this. It is common, doesn't mean it's normal, and there are things you can do to address it. And number 3, this one just came to me. Many times the leaking progresses and gets worse. It doesn't often just get better on its own, especially when it's an issue and a problem with your deeper core system and core unit, okay? What I want you to do right now is go ahead and click right here so we can keep the conversation going about all things core and pelvic floor healing.